What is going on? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Friday live stream here with ADSR. If you don't know, my name is Taetro here every Friday, doing something fun with either a new plugin or a new pack, and sometimes we do like fun giveaways and stuff too. Like today, we're giving away the pack that we're working with, and we're giving away the plugin that we're working with. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm excited to show you all the plugin today because it serves a very great purpose of creating realistic sounding claps and snaps using MIDI and with really great samples and really great control over the sound. And then we're using an ADSR pack that is inspired by a lot of the Grammy nominated artists of this year. So we should have a lot of fun with that. Like I said at the top, I'm here streaming every Friday, and ADSR has lots of cool tutorial content on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed, turn notifications on if you don't want to miss an upload or a live stream. What else is there? ADSR, you should also check out the packs, lots of cool packs and courses. If you like sort of my workflow, you can check out some of the courses that I've done with ADSR, or you can check out some of the other ones. We've got a good getting started making music free course, I believe, that anybody can check out, which is good for those of you who are starting out. If you have questions along the way in the chat, I'm keeping an eye on the YouTube chat because that's the one screen I have in front of me. We're trying to work a way where I can view all the chats from different platforms, etc. Hello, STK. Hello, my dad is in the chat as well. And I guess without further ado, let's get into making some music with this plugin, or at least let me show it off. So let's go ahead. We're working in Ableton Live today, and I should mention I've got my Akai MPK Mini here. That's my controller of choice today. Hi, Destruction Sounds. Yes, I remember you. I remember you, of course. Welcome. So like I said, plugin for today. Let me go ahead and mute the background music for the moment. All right, here we are. So the plugin is by Robotic Bean, and it's called Handclaps Studio. So let's drop it into this audio track so you can see what it looks like. Is my camera blocking? Oh, we want to drop it onto a MIDI track. All right, there we go. It's not blocking. We're good to go. So this is what Handclaps Studio looks like. And it's also worth mentioning, when I give the word in chat, I'll call for a certain kind of emoji, and those of you who drop that certain kind of emoji, we will be picking one lucky winner to win this plugin and win the sample pack that we're working with. But also, the link to this plugin is both in chat and in the description of the video. And for 12 hours after the stream, this plugin is going to be $30 off. So I believe it brings it down to $39. But before we even talk about that, let's talk about why you might want this plugin. Well, it's basically this epic, like, realistic clap simulator. It's got its own step sequencer in it, as you can see at the bottom. So let's just experiment with what this sounds like. Let's make just a basic 4 to the floor pattern here. And let's hear it. I'm going to arm the track so we can play it. Basically, we have access to the basic, the bright, and the soft, and the snap clap. But the magic comes in with this little sequencer, I think. So let me hit play on the project. And it sounds pretty basic right now. Y'all can let me know how the levels are if you need a little boost in audio. That's a very basic clapping rhythm, right? But what can we do? We actually have access to accent here. We can go soft, mid, or hard in terms of accent. So let's put a hard accent on the top. You can see that the light there changes color. Let me see if I can zoom on this for you. We can really experiment with it. Okay. Light changes colors based on the accent. Let's go ahead and add a soft accent here on beat 4, and then a mid accent on beat 1. And let's see how that changes. Let me move this one. We'll go back to a soft accent, but we'll put it on beat 3. So automatically, when you hear, just by playing with these accents, let's add these soft. So LOL, teaspoons. Thank you for that comment. Hello, Erase. Sounds good. All right, good. So you can see right away we're getting a semi-realistic clapping sound, which is pretty hard to achieve via MIDI without like going and recording your own claps and stuff, or at least I've always found. And having good sounding claps that aren't, you know, your typical electronic or thunder clap or, you know, whatever. If that's not what you're going for, if you want a realistic sounding clap sound, this is getting us pretty close. And we've only so far messed with accents and the sequencer. What's up, Billiam Sharp? So we do have access to 2 different patterns. We can go on and off with the sequencer because, like I said, we can go ahead and play in our own notes, but that only gives us access to those 4. And actually, here's a feature that I didn't experiment with before stream, but there's a little MIDI export, so you can grab it and drop it in here. Good, so we can grab that MIDI and drag it directly into our MIDI sequencer, and it carries through with the accents, so it's doing that with velocity, as we can see here. And then we're able to turn off the sequencer. Otherwise, you just have the sequencer running, and hitting record here doesn't actually record those MIDI notes. So you could either resample it with audio, or you can grab the little MIDI file. That's convenient that it works that way. So you don't always have to have the sequencer running, and you can build up more than 2 patterns. All right. That said, let's go ahead and play with some more stuff. So we have the ability to adjust the mics. So we're using a condenser mic right now. You can also switch to a ribbon mic. Ribbon mics have their own quality, their own distinct quality, I would say. I'd say the differences are probably very subtle. I have a hard time hearing the difference there, but maybe the more trained ear can tell a little bit better than me. We have mic balance. So is the mic closer, or are we getting more of the room sound? And keep an eye on this visual right here, because this does a pretty good job of visually representing what's happening. So we're really close to the mic. We're getting way less of that room sound. And then as we dial it up, obviously the mic is getting further away, so we're capturing more of the room. By default, I think it's at 12 o'clock, so it's at 50%, which I think is a good balance, but might dial it back a little bit. We've also got an echo here. Let's see what dialing that in does. We also have a decay knob here for that echo. All right, that's pretty decent echo there. Now, this middle module here, clappers. We can change the number of clappers. Again, watch the visualization change, and let's watch how it changes the sound. A single person clapping. We can hear that spreading, and pay attention to the distance between the individual clappers and how they're spread across the space, this x-axis here. If I bring down the spread, we see that the clappers get closer. They're on top of each other. Or they're spread 4 and 4 separately in our ears. Here it spreads them evenly across the room, this little box which represents the room. Obviously we have master, volume, and pan. The clappers are running across the room. That's pretty funny. I'm imagining 8 people run across the room while clapping. Pitch. Here we go. Let's play with this. Obviously, we know what that's going to change. Bigger hands, I would say. Baby hands. I don't know. I think the middle pitch sounds natural, but pitching it up a little bit might be what you need for your mix. That could help with mixing, actually. Having a little bit of a higher pitch might cut through a bit better. Looseness here is another humanizing element. So if there's no looseness, everything is very perfectly tightly in time. Cranking up that looseness, our clappers are not quite in time with each other. That's not to say, though, that adding a little bit of looseness doesn't help the pattern. I think it does help, like I was saying before, humanize it a little bit more. So it's not all perfectly in time. How long is the sale for? The sale is for 12 hours after the stream. This is a nice clap loop. Thanks. Well, we've been listening to it for a bit, so we'll definitely switch it up. Want to build a new pattern, actually, while we're here? Let's try this B. Let's just build a pattern in B. Don't forget, too, that we can switch the clap type. And we can also do snaps. Let's see if we can put claps and snaps on the same pattern. So we're at a soft accent. I'm going to keep it on mid for now. And let's do this. Seems like it's one clap per sequence. I could be wrong, though. You can see how just the simple thing of being able to change the accents is what adds a ton of... it just makes it so much more realistic, in my opinion. Let's switch to snaps. And I'm going to bring the number of players down. Let's switch that accent. Let's make this a hard accent at the top. You switch the accent and then you put it into the sequencer. This is the plugin. It's not free, but it is on sale, Destruction Sounds. Check the link in the description or the link in the chat. Slide here, I assume, is sliding it across the timeline. I don't have a reference for time. Here's the metronome. Yeah, we're slightly sliding it off time, I believe, is what slide is doing. I'm going to keep it in the middle. I could be wrong on that. Somebody can correct me on that. The last thing I haven't checked out, though... All right, anyway, so now we have a pattern with snaps. But also now our A pattern will be with snaps as well, which we can change. I think the basic clap sounds the best. But it's also nice to be able to add these snaps. We have effects too. I don't want to... We're going to get into making some music, I promise. I just want to demo all the features of the actual plugin before we go. This trigger button here is just in case you don't have a MIDI controller, I suppose. And then tilt EQ. Let's just experiment with that. I'm going to go ahead and turn my metronome off. Yeah, that's pretty basic. Got a low pass filter, turning it to the left. More of a high pass filter, turning it to the right. We can add presence, which generally adds some mid-range frequencies. You can really hear on that hard accent. And then compression. Extreme compression here. Zero compression here. That would be interesting. That's a good point. Race. And if I'm saying your name right, please let me know. Help me pronounce it. But yeah, it is a little bit tedious to have to switch between accents, but if you really wanted to change it, you could adjust the velocity in the MIDI. Like you could export it as this, as MIDI here. And then you can see that the velocities are changeable. So I assume there's 3 levels. You have super soft. Maybe turn off the sequencer and play it from MIDI now. So that's always an option. And let's turn this on again. I'm gonna grab this. It works like this as well, where I just grabbed another MIDI pattern, but I switched it to clap. So this is another advantage of just pulling out the MIDI, is now I can have this pattern with snaps, and then we have the pattern with claps. Obviously, they are on different notes. C, D, E, and F are the 4 main notes for the 4 different sounds you can have in the plugin. Yeah, so that is the Hand Clap Studio, which is a very, very useful tool if you've ever wanted to add realistic sounding hand claps into your track. Like I said, it'd be very difficult to do this with just grabbing some samples and throwing them in a drum rack and getting them to sound realistic. It would be a very big challenge. Should we dive into the pack that we're working with today? In about 5 minutes, I'll tell you guys how you could potentially win the pack and the plugin. One lucky winner could win just by being here in the YouTube chat. Plugins, no, sample packs is what I'm looking for. All right, so new pack from ADSR, very exciting. It is Grammy season, of course, and wouldn't we all like to win a Grammy in our lifetime, right? And today we've got a pack from ADSR Sounds, nominated artist-inspired samples, MIDI, presets, and kits. So it's a collection of, I got Serum presets for those of you who are Serum users. We got construction kits. Basically, it collects a bunch of samples and loops that all fit together that you can use as a single track. Here's one of the demo sounds. I think that's dope. Let's skip ahead. That's nice. That's up tempo. Let's go one level faster. Yeah, there's some good guitar samples in here. Check the link in the chat or in the description so you can see what this pack is all about. And then let's check one more. Let's check this 90 BPM demo. You can know what we're in for here. I have a very high appreciation for packs that are paying attention to current trends in contemporary music, because I think that's the hardest thing to have. A lot of DAWs struggle to offer more contemporary, trendy kind of sounds. So this pack will definitely come in handy for us. Pronounce my name right, unlike most people. Thanks, Race. Destruction Sounds likes this, yeah. Destruction, I probably won't do a challenge like that. Don't worry, you're not pestering me too much. Just try to keep it on focus to what we're talking about on the stream, you know? So lots of very cool guitar samples here. Let's get into potentially making a track. We will utilize Handclap Studio at the same time. For now, I'm going to pause that. And I think I want to start by probably just bringing in one of these guitar loops, because I like working with guitar loops. These are interesting sounds. You guys know I like to go with the slower, moodier stuff. So that's a good one for that purpose. All right, I like these, but I think I like this top one the most. I'm gonna drag it onto this audio track. I actually already put a chorus on this audio track, so let's hear what it sounds like without that. Let's bring the volume up as well. Throw chorus on here. Add a little bit of warmth, which is new in these Live 11 devices. You can add warmth. This is a good starting place. So the original sample is in the key of C. Sometimes what I like to do, if I feel like I want to make it a little more my own, is just kind of transpose it down or up a bit. Different warp modes having a different effect. I'm okay with it sounding like a sample, you know? I'm okay with it having a little bit of a messy sound because I transposed it. So now we're in the key of G sharp for this sample. Ordered 29. I'm impressed with the Handclap Studio. Cool. Yeah, I was too, for real. The first time I checked it out, I was very impressed with it too. It's definitely a tool I'm excited to have in my arsenal here. So let's build up a drum kit now with some of the samples here. So the collection of samples in the one shots folder. We've got lots of hi-hats. I'm going to go ahead in my drum rack and just start loading it up. We probably need a closed and an open hi-hat. I'm going to find a shorter hi-hat. I like a shorter sound. Let me arm this track. And then let's get that open hi-hat in there. There we go. That one will do just fine. Maybe this one has too much of a hit at the beginning and I'll just roll it off. Roll it off on that fade in a little bit. I do like making samples my own. So let's keep going. Kick. Wonder what kick will go best with this guitar line here. These are some heavy kicks. Yeah, I like just scanning through, listening to the different selections, so I can get a feel for what's available. That's a pretty good one. These drums are from the Grammy pack. Yes, teaspoons. All these drums are from the same pack. I'm going to try to work exclusively in the pack and with the Handclap Studio today. These are some interesting percussions. I might grab a couple just for fun. Might not use them. This is kind of my process, just building a kit that I may or may not use every single sound that I put into it, but build the kit first, then build the drum patterns and see what I'm missing. Maybe we'll use a couple of these snares. That one might work well. That one's got a more of a thwack to it. Ooh, I actually like this one better. It's a bit shorter and snappier. That one's very clappy. I already got it. Okay. Just scan through them one more time. Cool. These are pretty unique sounding snares. I'm just going to grab a few of them. Did I grab the same one twice? Yes. That's how I know. I affirmed myself in my decision if I pick the same sample twice. I just want to have a few. Great. All right. We've got perks, hi-hats, kicks, snares. I think we filled up 8 pads here on the MPK. Should we lay down a very basic pattern? One thing that I think is really important to do when you're building your own kits like this is with the hi-hats especially, we've got to open and a closed hi-hat. Those are really the same instrument on a drum set or on a drum kit. So when the hi-hat is open and then it goes back to closed, you shouldn't be able to still hear the tail of the open hi-hat because closing it should cut that sound off. And we can achieve that same effect by using choke groups in Ableton Live using these kind of hidden menu buttons here. So we click here. Click IO, then we get access to this choke menu, and I can find my closed hi-hat and my open hi-hat. What I want to do is just assign them to the same choke group. So now that closed hi-hat cuts off the open hi-hat sound. So as opposed to this sound, I'm just going to switch the choke group so they're not in the same one anymore. You can hear that it's not cutting off, but we assign them to the same group. It sounds much more realistic in my opinion. So I think that basic pattern that I was just playing is good enough. I know I'm playing a little bit off time. It's early. Give me a break. But let's go ahead and record that sound anyway. 1, 2, ready, go. I need to turn the metronome on for sure. One more time. I think we're close. I thought we were close. 1, 2, ready, go. That works for me. I might add a few more kick drums in there. But, hey, MIDI doesn't look so bad. I will give it a quantize though. A little bit of mixing though. I think the drums are coming in a little hot, especially that hi-hat. I'll go ahead and mix that in. Probably push it a little to the right. Yeah, let me add a couple more kicks in here. Boom. We'll add it right here. Cool. All right, we got our basic drum pattern in here. Add a bass riff? Yeah, for sure. So there's lots of different loops here. I didn't have to add, I could have grabbed a very simple drum loop, of course. Sometimes I like to add hi-hat loops, but we just ended up playing that one. All right, in 2 more minutes, I'll let you all know what to do in chat so you can be entered to win this pack and the handclap studio. Speaking of the handclap studio, let's just add a simple clap pattern over this. I'm not sure what we already added is going to work, but let's go ahead and build a new pattern in here. Turn the sequencer on. Let's clear the A pattern and build up ourselves. And let's start with a hard or a mid accent. I think this is kind of a softer tune. I probably won't go with the hard accent. All right, now that I have my basic pattern, let me go ahead and switch some of these accents. And I think I changed my mind, actually. Let's go ahead and add a hard accent to this downbeat. Soft accent here. And let's put mid accent here. Great, I like that sound. What does adding more clappers sound like here? I actually think the more the merrier in this case. Let's crank the looseness a little bit. What's the genre destruction? I don't know. I want to go with something a little more top 40 sounding because it's a Grammy pack, right? We're trying to make some hits. Meneme says sound good. Thanks. Let's build up 2 patterns that we could potentially use. So I'm going to clear the B pattern. Let's make a pattern that's contrasting. Oh, look at that. Let's do a little bit more of an offbeat pattern so it contrasts the actual original pattern a little more. I'm just clicking around. Cool. Yeah, something a little softer. We'll find ways to use this within our song when we start arranging for sure. What's the bright sun? No, I don't think that fits. Let's grab the snap pattern anyway. What does the A pattern sound like on a snap? In my opinion, that basic room sound sounds pretty cool. I realize that the effects and the mic balance and stuff are probably staying on the pattern. They'll stay on the whole sound. I actually like that roomier sound. All right, that's cool. We got the hand clapper pattern in there. Real quick, if you want to win the Hand Clapper Studio plugin, as well as the ADSR Sounds nominated artist-inspired sample pack, right now is your chance in the YouTube chat. Please go ahead and type in your favorite purple emoji. Drop your favorite purple emoji in the chat, and you will have a chance to win. ADSR will reach out after the stream and award you with your free stuff. Only one will win. Drop those purple emojis so we know who is entering. And even if you don't win, this plugin is on sale for $30 off for 12 hours after the stream. So if you don't win, don't dismay. You still get a great deal. But it is a chance. So drop your favorite purple emoji in the chat. My favorite purple emoji is the crystal ball. There's also the devil, the smirking little demon thing, which I'm a fan of as well. But maybe I'll get introduced to some new purple emojis. Nice. I am seeing some new ones. I like the crossed arms ones from JJ. That's pretty good. We got purple hearts. Flames are not purple. Sick. Make sure it's a purple emoji. Come on. Simple directions here. Simple. I'm setting up a side chain for my drums. For the kick specifically, I should say. So everything's reacting to that kick. SDK, is that purple? I don't know if that counts as purple, if I'm being honest. The nighttime city would be more purple. Though I can't really tell with my eyes. There you go, frequencies. Okay, so we've used a loop. We've used some drum samples from this pack. Let's go ahead and use some of the Serum presets, which I love a pack with some Serum presets. All right, if I go to user, I've already put the presets in my thing here. We got some 808s, so I wonder if it's worth dropping in some 808s because this track is definitely calling for a bass line. So let's actually try the different 808 sounds. Let me arm this track so it's ready for recording. Unarm my drums. Down in the 808 range. Ah, that's a pretty mellow 808 if I do say so myself. Oh, let me bring that up an octave. Up. Oh, that one's got that pitch drop at the beginning. This one has that. Oh, you're colorblind, STK. Good to know. Good to know. Well, we'll take that into account. I think that's actually a good point. I should have thought of that when saying purple emoji. I should have made it accessible to all. All right. I think out of all the 808s, 808 2 I kind of like. All right, what key are we in again? We're in B. E. What do you guys think? I'm more... Yeah, I think that down there in that register is probably better. All right, I'm gonna do a shorter, more bouncy bass line. So here we go. And then we'll do one version that's a little bit longer. I'm gonna match up the 808 to the kick in a moment as well. Let me go ahead and quantize that. Let me basically do the same pattern, but longer. Boom, just like that. So we have both of these to choose from when making our song. That's a little extra there. So many purple emojis coming in here. What's up, everybody? That's how I know who was lurking before. Let's see if matching up our kick and our 808 is going to work a little bit better. So the easy way to do this is to take these notes, copy them from the 808, paste them into our drum kit. Actually, that's a little trickier of a way. I'm going to paste them into an empty drum loop that is the same length, aka 8 bars. So let's make a new drum loop. Let's make it 8 bars. Let's paste in the 808 pattern. And hello, where are these notes? Fold, unfold. There they are. And we want to put them all onto the kick channel. So obviously these are all notes that are playing the bass line, but they should be, if we're using them as a kick pattern, at least, we should be able to put them all on the drum, on the kick. And I'm doing it in a new pattern because it'll just be easier to paste into the existing pattern. Boom, there we go. All right, everything's quantized now. Bring it down, bring it down. Everything is in line. Epic. Then we have all this as a kick. So here's a copy of my drum loop. And now instead of having the original kick pattern, and let me go ahead and make sure that is quantized as well. Yes. And let me get that. I think I might have displaced some of my kicks. Let's get that on the downbeat. There we go. Multi-clip edit might have been easier. Race, you're right. You're 100% right. I didn't even think of that, to be honest. Big brain. That's one of the greatest parts of doing these streams. You all help me out. All right, so regardless, we got there. And I do think it sounds better with the 808 and the kick linked up. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate Serum here so we can dive into a couple more presets, because I think maybe some chords for this. We can demo a little bit more of the sounds that are in this pack, which, by the way, is linked in the description. Analog chords. What do we have here? Let's arm the track. Let me just demo some of these sounds really quick. Um, Destruction. No, I told people to put emojis in the chat. I'll take care of the chat. You just worry about chilling and watching the stream. That's a nice little ARP. Ah, you got Prince in there. Nice. No worries, Destruction. You just don't have to focus on the chat at all. You just focus on the stream. You're good. Oh, there's bass guitar. Nice. Oops, bells. Brass. What did this sound like with some chords? That doesn't sound half bad. Cool little brass sound. That's a nice little gliding bass. These are all in the Grammy pack, by the way. That's for when Dua Lipa calls. I did put reverb on this, by the way. Yeah, the presets are clutch for sure. Mellotron. Ooh, these could be nice chords. I guess I'm just going through some of these. What do you think the track needs? Does it need plucks? Does it need chords? Does it need a synth? What are you all thinking? Any sounds that you've seen so far? This is just called pop synth. Interesting. So everything is gelling together. I will go ahead and put the sidechain compressor on this track that we're testing the sounds with. It'll make them blend a little bit better. And I could probably pull back on the volume a little bit. I think something with a big reverb, like some strings like this, could work really well. What's happening? Yeah, this is a great patch. They had a big reverb here. All right, let's keep it simple. I'm gonna add more sounds, obviously, but I really want to use this sound. 1, 2, 3, go. Wrong note. I want to just play these 2 notes right here. All right, easy. I think I accidentally hit the notes there. All right, we've got that simple thing happening now. Let's continue with adding a couple things. I think some type of arpeggiated thing will work well. Let me just go through and play a couple more of the sounds and demo them a little bit more. Oops, let's arm the track. Nice. These are all very nice sounds. Nice. I'm having too much fun with these sounds. Whoa. This flute's got a lot going on in it. Especially if I play the wrong notes. Oh, let's get some low end back in here. Let's roll back on that. If it was going to go for like a synth wave approach, that would be good. Oh. That's a pretty good lead sound. What do y'all think of that? Something there. We love Capture MIDI in Ableton Live because I did not record what I just played, but I really liked it. All we gotta do is push this button. And it captured it. What if we pull out the guitar loop? Flooding you with inspirational thoughts? Perfect. All right, you all like that synth, I can tell. Thank you, Dog Boy. Thank you, Sick Frequencies. So I like dropping out certain elements that have just been going for a while to see if taking them out provides a space for anything else new. Which I think, obviously, when we take out those guitars, it takes out a lot of the harmony. So I think SDK was right earlier when he said, let's add some chords. On what synth, though, will we add some chords? What did this Mellotron sound like? I don't even remember now. Not quite that. But also some arpeggiated pattern might work. Let's check these arps again. Nah, not quite. It could also stay sparse, you know? I'm at a loss here. There's too many options. That's a little too... doesn't quite fit the sound at the moment. Melodic keys, noisy synth organ, that pad. I think it's going to be somewhere in here. I think I have to pull back on the sidechain a bit. And we can probably pull back. These have effects built into them sometimes. Sometimes I like to take the reverb off and add it in myself. Let's take the lead out as well, because that's occupying a lot of our attention. I don't know. I kind of like this more minimal orchestration here. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing in some of these. Sometimes these construction kits have something hidden in them, like little vocal things like that, which is exactly what I'm thinking about. What's hidden in here? What kind of vocal things can we find in here? And, you know, who knows if we can make one of these work, but it is possible. If we can make one of these vocal loops work. We just have to put it in the right key. That was an F sharp minor, or so it said. So we should be able to go up 2 semitones and have it be in key, but let's see if it even works. What did I say? It's a little heavy on its reverb or whatever, but that'd be perfect for a hook. Really wish I could dial back on the reverb on it, but it's in the sample, so we'll work with what we got. I made a second version of it because what happens now if we bring that down an octave? So we want to go minus 10. 2 minus 12, negative 10. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. See how that totally fills out the space that we were looking for with chords? Oh, that doesn't have anything in it. A deverb plugin. I'm unfamiliar. Sometimes I like doing stuff with that. Actually, that beats algorithm sounds good. Complex, not what we want here. Pull the drums out. Wait, pull the drums out. Also, now that we have this hand clap pattern in MIDI form, we can always duplicate it and make the pattern vary instead of just being a 1-bar loop. A chord solo in the middle. Yeah, we probably won't get to arranging this beat today, but it's a really good look, I think, at some of these sounds. If we wanted to experiment, like if we felt like we hit a roadblock or something, sometimes we could add in things like these drum loops, because we might want to change feel eventually. So let's actually just experiment with that. With what we already have, we have 808. Got that little synth. We got that guitar loop. Let's not forget about it. That is what inspired the whole track, you know? And then what's available to us in terms of different drum feels? Slightly more half speed feel. Nice hi-hat tops here. I love having hi-hat selection. This doesn't sound half bad. I have this cut out. And this probably wouldn't sound bad on top of these highs. So now, since that's only a top loop, I would pull these out. I might give it a little boost on the highs. Maybe throw it to some reverb. You don't like the music, but he's such a nice guy. Hey, Dennis, that's okay. Not everybody's gonna like the music, but I appreciate the kind words regardless. Even if you don't like the genre, you know, like maybe you learned something about the plugins or the sounds or the process today. Well, we can take a lot of things from people that make things that we would not ourselves make. All right, there it is, folks. We were able to use drum loops, drum one-shots, a guitar loop. I guess I didn't take a look at any of the keys loops, but we could just look at it. Oh, and then MIDI song starters is pretty useful. Like, for instance, I mean, some of these are in A. They look like there's like chord progressions in here, and they sound bad on that default instrument, but if they were not on the default instrument, what would they sound like? For instance, what kit is it? What sounded? That's the 808. Let's not put it on that. Let's just hear this synth by itself with this chord progression. Turn this off so there's no sidechain. Boom, you could grab some of these little MIDI loops here and start. These aren't all meant to be on this kind of synth, but Yeah, so lots of different ways you could use these. Oh, that has a nice little, I'm not doing anything with this track, right? Oh yeah, that's our lead. Let's put this here for a moment. I just want to give a shot to a couple of these MIDI sounds, and I do want to use that ARP sound that I kept hearing that I really liked. Solo this track. Come on, that's a great opening to a track, I would say. And there we have like a totally new track, using all the rhythms that we already used, our drum kit made from the pack, a MIDI loop from the pack, our hand clap patterns, I think that sounds pretty good. Hi, HBTV, you're catching the end of the stream. All right, my friends, that's going to be it. So, what did we do today? We made a fresh new beat using the pack from ADSR, which is now available. You can check the link in the description for this. It's called ADSR Sounds, Nominated Artist-Inspired Samples, MIDI, Presets, and Kits. I think we used pretty much all of those things today. We built up our own drum kit with some one-shots. That was pretty good. We've got the guitar loop that we also used from the kit. Let's, now I've built myself into a corner here with all this soloing. Guitar loop, which we added some chorus to. And pitch down. We used some Serum presets to do things like our 808, our synths, and maybe most importantly, we used this cool Handclaps Studio plugin to add some clap rhythms over everything. To have an army of clapping people. And one lucky winner who has already dropped a purple emoji in the chat will win both the Handclap Studio and this pack. If you don't happen to be the lucky winner, which only one person could win, good thing to know is that there's $30 off the Handclap Studio plugin at ADSR, $30 off for the next 12 hours, so 12 hours after the stream is live. I highly recommend you check it out. And if you really like the pack, it's up for sale on ADSR's page anyway, and they're always offering free stuff like with purchases, so check out the offers that are available there. Links are in the chat. And even though we're switching keys here, don't sleep on these MIDI loops, my friends. All right, my friends. That's all we got for today. I appreciate it. We're here every Friday checking out a new plugin or a new sample pack, etc. You should tune in every Friday. Make sure you subscribe to ADSR's channel. Make sure you have the bell on so you don't miss a live. I'll also post when I go live. I post live swipe ups on my Instagram, instagram.com/Taetro, Taetro, @Taetro. My YouTube channel is Taetro, Taetro. You can look that up on YouTube. And follow me because I stream 3 times a week on my own channel on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I'll be live tomorrow night. Making music, doing more stuff similar to this. We do deep dives, like 3-hour long streams. Sometimes we make one track. Sometimes we make a bunch of tracks. Sometimes we check out new plugins. Same deal. I appreciate you all. I'll see you all next Friday. If you're not going to tune into my stream tomorrow night on my channel, make sure you check the links in the description for the products that we use today. One lucky winner will get, of course, Handclap Studio and the pack. But if you want to check those out for yourself and dive deeper into them, check out the links in the description. That's going to be it. So thank you all so much for watching. This has been Taetro for ADSR. Have a good one.